What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Daddy Mo.
What's up? I'm Levi. You can find me at EL-SCRIBBLER.
And that Big Daddy Mo.
Yeah, Big Daddy Mo.
Time to talk about one of the greatest. I need to fix my glasses. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
I was wondering what you were trying to do right
my glasses are like
there.
so crooked, and my hair is growing, so yeah.
It just seems so awkward. You were literally putting them on and off. It
And
looked
then
like you were trying
kinda
to stroke your head.
Yeah, and then it just looked kind of giggly. I'm just like,
Yeah. What are you trying to swallow there, man?
But we're about to talk about one of the greatest vampire movies of all time.
I gotta get
one of the
this out of the
greatest
way.
romance movies of all time.
I have to get this out of the way.
Go
I
ahead.
am contractually obligated to say Twilight is one of the greatest.
Yes.
I'm contractually obligated to say it. I have to
Hey.
throw that in front.
And today, even though we're not going to put this out today, but the day we're filming is it's the anniversary of their wedding. I think was it the 10th anniversary or something like 9th anniversary. So look at that. It's the anniversary. We did this at the right time. I did my Twilight marathon at the right time. I just finished it like an hour ago.
Yeah. So you did watch them all.
Yeah, because this is the thing.
Because you were. Why'd you say you didn't want to watch them? Why'd you say that?
Okay, because I'm not going to lie. When I go,
You feel the feels, right?
No, it starts off cringe because the first movie, we can start with the first movie. The first movie is it's low, but it's 35 million. The director that they have is just like. Besides this, she did another movie, that Little Red Riding Hood, and I heard that was complete trash. I don't know nothing else she does, and the makeup is just trash. Like, okay, they're vampires, they pale. When Carlisle walks in for the first time, his skin is about as white as his doctor's coat. The special effects are trash. I mean, all of them. But everything here is just so cringe. The dialogue, the acting. So when I'm just watching, I'm just like, man, I don't know if I can watch 5 movies of this.
Yeah.
And then I get to the second movie, I'm like, okay, I'm better now. We're good.
Okay, yeah, because the first movie, I went through these movies like years ago when they first came out, and instantly I didn't care about them because at that point in time I was living in San Francisco, and the vampires sparkle in the sun. If you've walked in the streets of San Francisco, that's not a bizarre sight. So I was like, why the heck are these vampires hiding in Seattle when they can easily live in the sun of San Francisco?
True.
And nobody would care because it's a normal day, everyday occurrence there.
True.
I mean, heck, I have seen people riding on their bikes completely nude in San Francisco. Nobody cares.
I've seen 2 homeless people smashing at the bus stop.
Yeah,
right
taking
in front of our
dumps.
apartment. Yep.
Yeah, taking dumps in the middle of the road. Yeah, you see everything there. Why are you guys living in Seattle of all places?
Yeah, maybe they should have went to San
That's
Francisco.
the thing that made no sense to me. It was just like, you guys are acting as if this is strange. This is not strange.
In their world, it is whatever. But
in Seattle, it would be considered, well, not so much now, but it would be considered strange at that point in time. But San Francisco, go to the place that welcomes you. Yeah.
Dude, like I said, cringe. Like their relationship, man, is just like. Okay, so back then when this came out, I was in love with Kristen Stewart. I was in love. I'm like, bro, I want Bella.
Okay.
I was in love with Bella. Looking at myself now, I was like, bro, why? She's so dependent and needy.
Yep. Clingy to everyone. You know, I gotta say though, I hated it because I could see myself identifying more with Bella. As disgusting as that sounds,
I can see myself as Jacob.
yeah, I couldn't see myself as well. You've always been like the best friend in every situation. See, now that I've actually
Knowing
had,
damn well, Jacob was the better guy. Jacob was the better guy.
well, we'll
She
get to
could've
that.
been- yeah, go ahead.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yep. Now I'm jumping the gun.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But it's just like I felt myself identifying with Bella because a lot of the situations she was put in, I was like, crap. I know that feels right there. I know that feels.
Like what?
Oh. Edward trying to push away, things like that, being distant off the bat.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. It was just like, just talk. Just be open. Be upfront. Yeah, but it was just like, and I gotta say, now that I've actually experienced firsthand knowledge of these things, because before I always went into these movies with a logical mindset.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it completely defeats the purpose because romance isn't logical. Not in one bit is it logical. I've come to realize that it's completely insane and just doesn't make sense.
Don't forget what I did.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I know.
So it's just like one of those things. Just like now that I've gone in with an emotional mindset, I can see and actually relate and understand what everyone else saw, and it's aggravating to go like, oh my gosh, I hate this. I hate this. I hate how much sense it's making. It's a trash film. It's a trash series, but at the same time, it hit all the right notes. I think it just knew exactly what it was doing, and it went straight for the emotional chord. I never had one before, so I never actually understood it. But now that I've finally gotten a grasp of my emotional side, yeah, I can actually relate and see what it was all going for.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, John McClane.
Yeah, or welcome to the family, son.
Oh,
Or just family.
family.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like the first movie does really nothing to build anything. Like, sure, they could have gone with the vampires burning in the sun, which honestly I would have probably made more guys more willing to watch it, because that whole sparkle thing just seems so weird.
okay. So I read and own all the books. I wish I could find them so I can reread them again. And when you read a book and you see something like that, because I don't know if that's just me, but like I read something and it say like, you know, something about there, try to like explain it and all that. Like a perfect example was when I was reading Eclipse and somebody came up to me and spoiled it, said something about newborn babies, and I was just like, newborn babies? One, you spoiled it, and two, what? And then you see the movie and it's not babies, it's just newborns. So when you're reading a book, you know, you seeing it one way, but then when you finally see the movie, you're like, oh, that's what they were talking about. So when we got to the sparkle scene, me and Alex, who saw all the movies also in theaters, we're sitting there watching, and we're just like, what is he showing us? I don't see nothing. Is this what you want? What is? Oh, he sparkled. Even I hated that, because in this one it looks so. I'm gonna keep saying it looks so gay.
Yeah.
The sparkle was just
That's why
the sparkle looks better in the sparkle looks better in the other movies though. But in this one, it was just too much.
But that's the thing. It was like in the other movies, it dumbs down, so it's even more at home in the daylight, because it's not as noticeable.
Yeah, and this one, it's like somebody just threw glitter on them.
Exactly.
I'm just like, bruh. Like,
and then it's just
so
like they
dumb.
particularly put glitter in specific spots in the other ones.
That's what I'm saying. And this one, like all the stuff that they improved on, it just looks so bad here. Makeup, the sparkle, the effects. I'm just like, That's why this one's is the weakest one for me, because I'm just like,
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I can't wait to get what you
the weakest one, because this one at least I was able to understand, because I was actually watching it with somebody. You know, it's different when you're actually doing it that way.
At least you watched it with a girl. And every time I watched, when I went to go see these, it was with Alex.
Yeah, it's a different experience.
And we saw each one twice. But at least we was cracking jokes the entire time. We were those assholes. I'm sorry.
But it's just like I've come to realize it's just like the movies make more sense. They're more understandable. I can get why people were so attached to them.
Oh, this is a big phenomenon. Like, oh my, like right now, the spot where it's Forks or whatever is actually like a tourist spot now.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go, just so I can, you know, recreate some scenes.
Yeah. It is. What?
Hey.
With who?
I don't know. I would love to recreate that little prom scene with the music and everything. Oh my God, the music, man, is so good.
Yeah, it is funny seeing that only a few people, like, women's careers make it off of romance movies. Men's careers die there.
Actually, the only people who still has a career after this movie, Anna Kendrick actually is Anna Kendrick and Robert Pattinson blew up the most.
Robert Pattinson took some while to come back from the role.
Well, he was
because he had to do like Warm Bodies and things like that.
Warm Bodies? That wasn't him, fool. That was Beast.
What are you talking about?
You said Warm Bodies.
I forgot what he was in. I forgot what he was in. I knew he was in one cheesy.
Remember Me?
Yeah.
That was during.
I don't know what cheesy movie he was in.
It was probably the movie Remember Me, that romance movie. That was during. But after that, he started doing like more indie films, and all those indie films were way different. It was only until I watched this movie called Good Time, which still one of the best movies I've seen him in. It was amazing. And then of course he did Tenet.
Yeah.
which he was the best part of that movie. So Robert Pattinson is actually really
Batman.
good. Yeah,
Batman.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson is great. Like, yeah, Kristen Stewart, her career has been like the same. I mean, she's always been doing good.
Well, that, and then she slept with the director to get on Huntsman. And
Well, she slept with him while they were doing Huntsman.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, you're a celebrity. You just came off, like, one of the biggest movies of your career, and you know how big the thing is. So, whatever you do, if you go to Subway, there's going to be an article about it. So, the fact that you were cheating in public, you really didn't care. And that also ruined the whole franchise. I'm just like, you know, when you watch the end of it, and we just have a blissful piece of forever. No, because Bella cheated. She got herself bit so she can become a vampire, and then she cheated.
well, remember, she was a cheater.
Yeah. But anyway.
Exactly. We'll get to that point.
Anyway, but
Yeah, but there's no real action. Did you ever find that
in any of the movies, or
in any of the movies? Because
they were just like brief. It was brief.
Yeah, in the first one, honestly, I think there was
With
more
James?
action. Yeah, James, there was nothing there. Nothing there.
That's the thing, because you want to attract attract guys.
Yeah, but they kind of scared them off with the shiny, sparkly bodies.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they had them like burn in the sun or a discoloration or something bizarre happened that wasn't something that would make them at home in a place like San Francisco, I would have been more willing. It's just like, oh, they're taking a twist on burning in the sunlight. Because I'm sure that's all fiction, possibly, and it's been in lore forever. But there is leeway there.
If people believe there's a god, then there's vampires.
Yeah, exactly. Just like werewolves.
Exactly.
That's why there's coven. Yeah,
they're out there.
They're covens and everything.
They're out there. I just hope they don't. What? Well,
just
no matter what, they're still vicious. Even
just like the people who believe in the flat Earth. You're out there.
The motherfuckers around. Come on. It's a sphere. A sphere.
It's round.
Or whatever.
Whatever it is.
My bad.
It's
Using
an
my
oval.
way.
More of an oval than anything. But yeah,
I
mean, the movie doesn't really. It's just so powerful in just its romance because it literally puts everything over the top. That's why you can tell in the dialogue and everything. It is super cheesy. It's literally a love at first sight type of film. That's it. So it goes immediately over the top on everything because it's a love at first sight. Yeah.
I love that scene.
Well, it's funny because I was watching it and my girl was just like, you know what he just did at that moment?
Yeah. For real.
I was just like, oh my gosh, please don't put that image in my head.
A lot of the stuff was unintentionally funny too.
Yeah.
That whole scene, dude, we were just dying laughing. Oh. But of course, I read the books, and so the scene, so with Edward saving Bella because the black guy almost hit her.
Yep.
He was also trying to get with Bella.
Everyone was.
Everybody
That's what I found
was.
so weird.
He was trying to get with after that he kind of fell for her and he tried to hook up with her.
But that's the thing. It's just like Bella and Edward falling for each other, first sight, love at first sight, made sense. Okay, it's like all right, there is that attraction that immediately ignites. But is Bella some kind of magnet for all men to immediately want to be with her?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Jacob, that one blonde dude.
I hate that I forgot their name.
The black dude.
Eric.
The one that I thought was gay in the beginning, the Asian dude.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was gay, and then he starts dating that girl.
He just wanted them to go to La Push. I mean, it's La Push.
Yeah, it's just like, no, when they first
I know,
he's acting that way. Just like, this dude's gay.
Nah.
Why is she going to go out with him?
I hate that I forgot their name. I know the Asian dude is
okay.
Eric, and I forgot the guy that I've been trying to go for like the last 3 movies. I hate that I forgot his name, even though I was just watching it the other day.
But I hate how
everybody and their mama.
It's just like, why? What's so great about her?
Yeah, like
what?
Because dude, because like the whole scene when they're looking at prom dresses, I'm just like, look at Jessica, like she has big tits. look at Angela. She's maybe Mexican or something. And then we just have I have to go.
Yeah, well,
I hate it. Her acting. I don't know. It fits for Bella. I feel like it fits for Bella because in the book she was always kind of like awkward and all that. But when you see her as Bella in every other movie, it was just like you can't act.
Yeah.
I think the movie that made me realize Kristen Stewart couldn't act was Snow White and the Huntsman. When she dies.
Yep.
she escapes the castle or whatever. The queen or Thor is coming.
Trying to catch flies.
I'm just like, she is trash. I've seen her in almost every movie, and she is just trash. I don't care what anybody. Oh, Kristen Stewart did an amazing performance. As what?
Well,
What?
That was a role that she was basically born to play.
Yeah, that's why.
Except they surrounded her with, I don't know. It's just like, I didn't see her as like a magnet for everyone to fall in love with or everyone to want to be with. It was annoying that instantly everyone, it was just like, okay, why is this guy constantly trying to get with her when Anna Kendrick is trying to get with him?
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, I don't get this here.
And Anna Kendrick's character was much cooler.
Yeah, she was funnier.
Yeah,
I thought she was funnier.
Same thing with
She
Angela.
was awkward.
Both of them was just cooler. And then here you got Bella that's just like, she can't even talk with just.
Yeah, completely ignoring everybody else, keeping her mouth open 24/7. It's just like, what's so attractive about that? Why is everyone going
she's
for
needy, and she's needy, and she's dependent. Like, I don't want nobody like that. You leave, Edward. Where did you go? I was calling you for like the last 2 days. It's just like, dude, I'm in the mountains. You know, I'm taking care of my grandma. She has COVID. I'm sorry that I couldn't hit you up. It's 2 days. What were you doing? You know, the other 17 years before me, huh?
See,
Okay.
that's the emotional stuff I can actually understand. I've been on the receiving and the giving end of both of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just to play it safe. Play it safe right there. Yeah, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, I actually could understand some of that, but it's just a few of the things, well, like we mentioned, everyone liking Bella is just makes no sense. The blandest of characters, but I think that's what people like because, like I told you,
I like playing people. I like
like I told you, me and my the coworker I used to have, he would talk. He basically pointed a chick out, and she was wearing a mask and everything because pandemic, everyone's trying to be safe. And he was like and he was talking to me. He said he talked to everyone at the place, and everyone agreed that she was the most attractive person there. And he asked me what I thought, and I was like, I don't see anything. And he's all, right? What do you think everyone else sees? And I was like, well, maybe she's just the most generic, that everyone finds that the safest bet, because normally if it's the most bland, the most generic, maybe it's less likely to cheat. If that makes any sense.
Because, like, my manager, like, you know, because I'm like, I love Chloe Grace Moretz. And she was like, and I've heard this plenty of times, oh, why? She's just so plain. And just like, well, sometimes to some people, plain is still beautiful. Because I'm sitting there thinking, like, you're calling her plain, but you're plain too, and I think you're hot as hell. So you're what is it? Not a compliment.
Insult?
Your insult. You know what I'm saying? You're insulting yourself, but it's also a compliment to yourself. But yeah, it's like hey, bro. Every time I accidentally tap you, you ain't got to keep jumping up and down, okay? It was an accident.
He's not talking to me if you're listening to audio.
Yeah, the dog here, Bolt. Because he's like he's just laying like right by my feet, and I move, and then he wants to jump. But
he
anyway.
doesn't see you as often as me.
Oh, okay, my bad, bro. We good? I love you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, something like plain, like, yeah.
Plain?
Sometimes I get tired of seeing like an extremely hot chick. Like, everybody like loves some Beyonce or Rihanna, and I'm just like, that's cool, but, you know. Yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz. I don't know. Something about her just it clicks better. It looks better.
It's impossible to be related to her.
Exactly. I might be related to Rihanna and Beyonce. I'm not related to Chloe Grace Moretz.
They're mixed with something. So,
but what you think about the what you think about the Cullens? You know, Alice, Jasper, Emmett, all of them.
Jasper and Alice, I think, were the coolest.
Oh
pair.
yeah,
absolutely the coolest pair.
I love that, and I love that Jasper gets his shine on in number 3.
Yeah,
but that's jumping the gun.
Renez.
No, you mean Esme, the mom?
Yeah, no, not the mom. Rosalind, the one who hated Bella.
Rosalie.
Okay. Yeah, the one who hated Bella. I didn't like her.
What?
I didn't like her, and I didn't like her boyfriend.
Emmett,
husband.
you ain't like Emmett?
Not in the beginning.
Okay.
Not in the beginning, because the only ones I liked was Jasper, because the way he just stared all creepily.
He was new. He was new to all this.
I actually really like that.
Basically, he's in a school full of food that he can't eat.
Yeah, and then Alice, the one he was with, was very happy and chipper, and just these two complete parallels.
Yeah,
I
they're
really
my,
liked
they're
how
my
they.
favorites of the group.
I really liked how they matched, and then
Wouldn't
the
you
other
be
pairs
happy if you
just
could
like,
always see the future and you always know what's going on? She's all giddy and all that. She's like, well, I know your future, so I'm good.
That'd be kind of depressing
It kind of would be.
in some aspects. It's
True.
just
But I love Alice. Alice is always just happy. So, yeah. And then Jasper just...
yeah, because it looked.
What'd you say? Don't worry, Jasper. You can't hurt her.
Yeah.
That was just bad.
Yeah. So it's just like the okay, the father though.
Carlisle.
Yeah.
What about Carlisle? I love Carlisle.
I liked him, but the thing is like they established him as like this great father who adopted these kids. You don't really see much of that because, of course, he doesn't act like a father. They're all like his friends to him because they're all hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense for him to actually be a father. So it's just kind of.
But he still looks at them as their.
Yeah.
His
He's
kid,
he's
He
the one
created
who
them, yeah.
takes care of them.
Mhm.
He didn't create them. Not all of them. Jasper, he didn't turn.
No, not Jasper. No,
Yeah.
I forgot.
I don't think he turned
it was
Alice
only-
either.
No, I'm sorry. It was only
two.
Edward and Rosalie.
Yeah, the
And
rest.
but I think he just like came across them and then kind of like brought them
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
He wanted him. That's what it was. Yeah.
It was basically that, which honestly, I liked that aspect more, where he was kind of the leader of the coven.
Yeah.
I don't think we got enough time with his wife, though.
No, Esme. No.
Because
not
it was like
really.
she was there, and then she wasn't there. Honestly, she was standing in the background in some scenes, and I kept forgetting who the heck that was.
Yeah.
It was just like, that can't be the wife. I thought the wife was blonde. I was like,
Yeah.
no, that was one of the daughters. I was like, because you don't get enough with her.
I like Charlie, Bella's father.
Yeah, okay.
I like him.
Charlie,
I like him
like.
in each movie, bro.
Charlie was cool. I liked Charlie. He was like the chill father who was understanding and everything.
Yeah. So when she sat there and be like, if I'm stuck, if I stay here, I'm gonna be stuck just like mom and all that. I'm like, yo
He's
why
being
you do
chill.
that?
He's being nice.
Why are you doing that? He's trying his hardest.
Yeah.
I love Charlie. That's why I hate after the whole Twilight ended, and then I see him in other movies, and he's kind of like getting killed, or he's the bad guy. I'm like, why y'all doing this to Charlie?
Mhm.
He is like in Drive Angry. I'm like, no, don't let Charlie be the bad guy.
Because he played like the perfect nice father, the one who was willing to do anything. Gave his daughter perfect amount of space to grow for herself. Like even then, I absolutely hate narration in movies. I absolutely hate it.
Oh,
It has to be done right. Like in Fight Club, it was done right just because, well, the whole thing is basically, no spoilers there, but it's just like here is just why you can show it without showing it. Because she introduces him by basically saying, one thing I like about Charlie,
he doesn't hover.
he doesn't hover.
Yeah.
And then she's sitting there alone as her father stands there for like 5 seconds and walks out.
Yeah.
It's just like, you showed us exactly what you just said. Why are you saying it?
Yeah.
Why even show it if you're gonna say it? I mean, pick a lane. Don't just. It was those little things, those little cheesy things.
No, I thought about the narration too. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah, because they say something that they're already doing, or like later on, remind me of this, like in the last movie.
Yep.
It serves no purpose.
I was thinking about all that too. Yeah, because she's even like writing a letter. Oh, and they're gonna tell you about the Kahumi tribe or something like that. I'm just like, stop the narration.
Yeah, just like they talk about how certain people were very important to their cause, yet they don't do anything. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
What about the James, Laurent, and Victoria? The bad guys, the antagonists.
Well, that's the thing. It's just like they made James out to be this great hunter and everything, and he just gave him his greatest thrill. I like that, but they set up Victoria as the villain for the next film.
Yeah, for like the next 2 movies. Yeah.
But which they transitioned her out. She apparently changed her skin entirely.
Oh, you talking about when they got a new? Oh, that's because so she was pregnant, and they were just like, well, we're not going to wait, so they just recasted her.
Yeah, and nobody. It wasn't like a whole mummy fiasco.
But
where
I
they
still
switched out.
It didn't. But I still
Evie.
wish they would have kept her though. I still wish they would have kept her. But at the end of the day, I don't think it would have changed anything.
Yeah, it didn't change anything because that's the thing. It's because you didn't see enough of her in the first place.
Exactly. I think she was in like maybe like two, 3 scenes in the first one.
Yep.
Maybe like 2 scenes in the
some
second
flashbacks.
one. And then we finally get her in the third one.
Yeah, and the third one, because of the thing, they showed her face clearly, and I was like, "Is that someone new?" And then my girl's like, "Yeah, they switched her out." I was like, "Okay, that's fine. I didn't care."
But yeah, I thought James was cool because like each of these movies they give you like a little bitty action scene, but seeing as how the movie's not set around action, the action is just gonna be like real quick. Like the fight between him and James was kind of whack.
Yeah, because the whole thing takes place like as they're tearing his body apart and everything, as she's knocking out, passing out.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically get a blurry vision of everything happening in the background. But that looked funny because the way the limbs were being torn off it looked like they were pulling off wooden figures. So it was like, oh my gosh, that's a complete mannequin right there.
Yeah. But the first one for me, that was my weakest one. I didn't care for it. I mean, I watched it just to start because when I did my Twilight marathon, like I think earlier this year or last year, I just started with New Moon. This time I'm just like, we're gonna do a podcast, sure. But second one, New Moon. Okay, New Moon is when it really kicked off.
I gotta say something though about the ending of Twilight.
Yeah.
Edward basically ends it saying that I could never leave you. You are my world. You are my life. Only to leave him in the second movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, New Moon. New Moon. All right.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the whole when they were dancing and all that, and he acted like he was getting ready to bite her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. New Moon.
Oh, I got to get this out of the way.
Go ahead.
Jacob, oh my God.
Bro, okay.
Oh,
okay.
Oh my God.
So,
my God.
When we watched it, and then when the scene where he's going to take his shirt off, everybody was like, woo! Me and Alex was like, damn. because homie, because they were going to recast him because he wasn't in that shape.
Yeah,
so he got in shape.
You saw him in the first movie. In the first movie, he's just like, well, me, not really fit, not really anything.
Because he's not even, a werewolf or nothing yet.
He's not thinking of it. But in the next movie, just like, oh my gosh,
boy,
oh
man,
my gosh,
Taylor Lautner, he worked for that role. I give him that.
It's like the second he took off his shirt, I'm like, oh my girl's just like, stop it. It's just like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. He was just like,
he was ripped.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn,
son, where'd you find this?
Yeah.
Like he was ripped. Like I said, we all in the audience was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like we were loud. I didn't care, bro. Like, and remember, I'm in Detroit.
Yeah. and that's the thing. It's just like, I'm a guy. I'm okay with judging other men. I have no problem with that.
But he killed that though.
Yeah. He did a great job with that.
Yeah, New Moon was a big thing when it came out because it grossed like 140 something and opened a weekend. I think that was like the highest weekend.
I think that was because of Jacob's, and
it was Twilight
physique.
Because the first one did good, but this one, like, yeah, everybody and their mama went to go see this. I saw it twice.
Yeah, but now let's start at the beginning of New Moon. The whole start of New Moon starts out with Romeo and Juliet. Right, like the opening shot
Her being old.
Her asleep with the book Romeo and Juliet next to her.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It's basically that. So immediately they're letting you know that this is a destiny. They'll either live together forever or they'll both die together. That's it. There is no alternative. Absolutely no alternative. So right at the beginning of that one, I started wondering, it's just like, why the heck do people talk about this Team Edward, Team Jacob? That makes no sense.
Oh, yeah, I was Team Jacob when it came out.
Because that's the thing. They hinted at Romeo and Juliet. And obviously, it's about Edward and Bella, meaning that Jacob never actually has a place. So that's what I actually hated most about Eclipse. But Jacob has no place. He is not accepted in that mindset. There are two people meant to be together. And that is Edward and Bella. That's it. There's no Jacob there. It's just Edward and Bella. That's it. So it's just
Jacob's about to rewrite that. He's like, "Hey, yo, this is the remake."
That's the thing. It's just like, okay, I can understand everyone liking Jacob's being Team Jacob just because of his, oh my gosh, his body.
Yeah, and he's a werewolf.
But
he's a werewolf, and he would never leave Bella just sitting there like that.
Yeah, but Edward thought what he was doing was right.
Man, but he know how clingy that bitch is.
Yeah.
Like he know damn well that she would have shot herself if she had a gun right there. Edward, I love you. Oh, damn, that was Romeo and Juliet, because he was about to kill himself.
Yeah, he would have killed himself right after. Exactly.
Wow,
you see what I mean?
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah,
you see what I mean?
I did not catch that.
That's what I mean. It's just like Jacob had no actual place. The sad thing is, he was the friend that the girl would come to cry and vent, and then the friend would get attached, only to realize that he was just there as the emotional anchor.
Moral of the story is, if you can't get the girl, get her daughter. Jacob Black for the win. He's like, oh, okay, you going so Edward, you gonna take my girl? That's cool. That's cool.
Oh,
your daughter
my
likes
gosh.
me now, so what's up, Dad? I love Jacob.
But that's the thing. It's just like, oh my gosh, it was, yeah. Poor Jacob. Poor Jacob was taken through the ringer. He was just being used the whole time, the whole movie.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because she really, the second Edward left, then let me cling on to Jacob now. Jacob's there for me and all that. Yeah.
But that's what I find funny. Edward leaves because they plan a family meal, and
You talking about the birthday party?
yeah,
Oh,
they
I
bring
enjoyed that scene.
Bella over to the house, and Bella nicks her finger on like a thorn or something.
No, on the wrapping, she got a paper cut.
Yeah, and then Jasper starts to go for her. Edward jumps in front of Bella and gives her a slight push.
And he cuts her even more.
Yeah, and he throws her into glass, into vases that are, or vases, however you pronounce that actual word, that are behind, and then basically cuts a vein open and stuff like that. It's just like, now she's bleeding everywhere.
In a house full of vampires.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then everyone, but that's actually a scene I enjoyed, because here she started losing a ton of blood, and Alice, her eyes went wide open, said she needed to leave. You could see the strength of the other vampires, literally knowing they needed to leave that location right away.
Yeah, Carlisle was like, shit, I got this. Boom.
Yeah, he had no problem.
He said, look, it's on my hand. Be like me. Okay, let's backtrack. So, you remember the scene where Alice is trying to get Bella to go to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Remember in the last one, we found out that she's a shield. You can't use her powers on you. You can't use your powers on her.
No, you don't find that out till this movie.
No, to the 5th movie. Cause
no, you find it out this movie.
About find out what? That she's a shield? No, you found out. Okay.
No, yeah, you do. Remember?
Okay.
Because Edward can't read her mind, and
but
even
but in the 5th one, you find out exactly why that is.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, why was Jasper able to use his
exactly?
powers?
That's one thing I complained about in my review.
I caught that last night. Like, wait a minute, she's a shield. He shouldn't have been able to use his mood controlling power.
Because I think it's the fact that she could spot it. But that's the funny thing.
No,
it was like time they introduced it, because Edward can't read her mind. They introduced that in the first movie. And then Jasper...
And then in this one, the Volturi can't use none of their powers.
None of their powers. No powers work on her. Yet for some reason, the one who can affect moods can manipulate her.
Yeah, I think they just forgot. They messed up.
Yeah, apparently the writer wasn't aware that she wrote this, and then... If anything, they could have wrote that part out.
Was that in the book too? That might have been in the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a mistake, because that never happens again.
Yeah.
It never happens again, but that was
because powers don't work on her.
Mm-hmm. The only time they worked was when she practiced at the very end.
Yeah.
To like let Edward in her thoughts. But okay. But
that's the thing. Okay, if she as a human cannot let people's thoughts read her mind, how now that she's a vampire can she control that power? Because it seems like
because she found out about it.
But it's passive.
What you mean?
It's a passive power. If it's already working while she's a human, and humans can't throw lightning bolts. Humans can't see the future. Humans can't do the things that vampires
Nicolas
have.
Cage can.
Well, yeah. Can't Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Next.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just
everything you're saying is a Nicolas Cage movie.
But that's the thing. It's just like humans can't, depending on what you believe, but humans can't do that. And yet here she already has the power to completely ignore all powers.
So here's my question.
It's passive, so she should have no true control over it, even if anything, her power should have multiplied as she became a vampire to where she can push it out. That makes sense. But being able to remove it entirely, that doesn't make any sense to me. But sorry, that was digressing down that.
And this is Twilight.
Mistake.
This is Twilight. Stop doing that. This is Twilight.
Dude,
they sparkle. They sparkle, and you really want to get into power shouldn't work like that. And vampires don't sparkle.
Yeah, but still, it's just
vampires don't sparkle. Do you see Blade have sparkling?
No, he's a daywalker.
Did you see Deacon Frost sparkle? Did you see Dracula sparkle?
It depends. It depends on what it was, because before they would actually have the body with like embers burning across the body, so they are sparkling as it looks like an ember is cooking them away. So they are sparkling. But yeah, you know me. I always find something that makes absolutely no sense and focus on it. But that power crap.
In my teeth.
Yeah, but those powers, oh my gosh.
I was just tired of that song. That song was just so damn depressing.
Bella is the one thing that they shouldn't have allowed that at the very end.
If he just, I hated Bella more in this movie. With her, you know, I was having nightmares about Edward again. And then she starts screaming. I'm just like, girl, bye.
That screaming.
Is too much. She's screaming every single night. I mean, she's just sitting in a chair, just staring out the window, letting the seasons go by. I'm like, really? You didn't even smash yet, and you acting like this?
And then she goes to school.
God.
Okay, I can kind of understand that.
I hope I've been in love and I've been crushed. You know what I did? I went to the movies. I went to go see American Reunion on my 21st birthday. Even though I'm like, okay, so this is not going to happen. Let me go to the movies.
Nice.
And then guess what happened? There was another girl after that. Guess what? You have Jacob. You have, oh my God, Jacob Black.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Jacob Black.
Oh my.
So you're telling me you instead of going for Jacob the Rock Black, you're going for Edward, pale, skinny, bone showing, sparkle in the sun, Edward.
But that's the thing. They had already established that it's a Romeo and Juliet.
I know, but Jacob.
That's why she tried to kill herself several times just so she could see herself.
I wish she succeeded.
See Edward again.
Jacob never did that. He was just like, man, fuck this bitch.
But that's the thing. Is Jacob probably would have had a shot. He would have been able to shoot his shot if he just would have waited a little longer.
Like he said, if you would have stayed away for like 6 more months, I would have had her.
Yeah, but
he would have had her.
But Jacob screwed himself over by basically saying Bella was dead.
He didn't say Bella was dead. He said
preparing for a funeral.
Preparing for a funeral, which he was. Which Charlie was preparing for a funeral.
Whose?
It was who just died?
The chief?
Yeah, the chief.
Oh yeah.
The one that was trying to morph, but he couldn't because he was too old. That nigga he had a heart attack because he was trying to morph into a werewolf. She picked him up. He said, was like, no, you too late. This ain't Ghost Rider. Only had enough in me for one more ride. That scene where they catch up to Victoria in the woods, I enjoyed it. I like the music that went along with it and all that. I thought that scene was enjoyable.
Yeah, the CGI of the wolves. I didn't like the werewolf style.
Understandable. You know what's funny?
They were just big dogs.
Yeah, and they don't mention this in the movie, but in the books, like in Breaking Dawn Part 2 or whatever, or Breaking Dawn in the book, they actually say like they're not wolves, they're just shapeshifters.
Yeah.
So really, it's like they could probably shapeshift into something else.
Yeah,
maybe.
Just like, well, there's a lot of Native American lore about basically shapeshifting, like the eagles, shifting into bears, shapeshifting into skinwalkers. That's what they're called. They would adapt to the environment. It wasn't wolves. It was whatever it was needed at that point in time.
But I ain't gonna lie, I do hate how when they have full clothes on, shift into the werewolves, and then either they come back with a full gear on with the same clothes or just shorts. I'm just like, bruh, where are y'all keeping these clothes around the woods whenever y'all like transform?
Yeah. I gotta say though, the funnest scene I had though was when Jacob was stripping down for Charlie. This is later on.
Okay, yeah.
But Jacob's stripping down for Charlie.
Everybody loved that scene.
Yeah.
I was watching it this morning. I was like, this scene.
I was just like, my.
But that scene when Jacob transforms for the first time and he's fighting, that scene was dope. It was cool. I love how when they're flipping, they run into the camera and let the camera fall down. That was awesome.
Yeah, I actually like some of the cinematography that they utilized.
It gets better. For me, it gets better in the movie.
The action they kind of got better with because they realized that having the camera actually move made it seem to look more real.
Yeah.
Because like in the first movie, if you remember, the camera is staying put as it blurs as you're seeing James get torn apart. But later on, the camera is actually being run through the fields, getting knocked over, rolling around on the ground, seeing everything that's going on, in like little bursts,
Yeah.
it adds to the action. It makes you feel like you're a part, like you're getting run over by something. So it works better than just a steady cam watching the whole thing. And you're less likely to observe the CGI if that's the case.
Yeah, we definitely talk about the CGI in the last movie.
Oh
Okay, so what do you think about the Volturi? This is the thing. Okay, let me.
I didn't think they served a purpose.
Michael Sheen. You have Michael Sheen, and his acting was atrocious in every movie. Bella, Bella, Bella. I'm just like, bro, stop it. I know this is a cheesy movie. At least be the best part of the movie. Come on, bro. At least try to be the best part of the movie. No, the acting for the Volturi was just so horrible.
Every single one of them.
The Volturi do serve a purpose. Because if they're not there, then vampires are gonna run them up. They're gonna go crazy. Because think every time somebody do something, they think, oh snap, the Volturi is gonna show up. That's why he always. That's why he's always getting all these people with all these great and unique powers. Because even though he wants to, he wants them to, take over or whatever. It's also like, okay, if you sitting
but
here,
they
with
serve no real purpose for the actual
movie?
stories.
I know they do.
No real purpose. The only thing because they serve no real purpose there. In the next movie, they don't serve a purpose.
Yeah, in the next movie, they just kind of like let everything happen.
Yeah, and then in the next movie, they don't serve a purpose.
They're just there for a cameo. It's only until the 5th movie.
And then the 5th movie, they don't serve a purpose.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Whole thing's a dream sequence.
Shut the fuck up. We're not even there yet.
Okay. Yeah, but they don't serve a purpose. Absolutely no purpose. The movies were fine as they were. Save him. Why do you have to bring in this organization that...
Because we're not about to just sit here and watch a vampire and a werewolf just go back and forth over an awkward girl. That'd be boring. You got to bring in something that gives it more attention.
You had
be like,
Victoria.
Nigga, Victoria was trash. They took Victoria out, no problem. But it's like you have somebody that's powerful, that's powerful than the vampires you have here, and a whole organization.
But it served no purpose.
Why you got to be a dick, bro?
I'm not. I mean, you only...
Harry Potter sucks. Star Wars suck. How about that?
Harry Potter, I understand. That's basically copying Star Wars.
Darth Vader's trash. He's a nigga with asthma.
Aren't you?
Yup. So me and Darth Vader both trash.
Oh, we're gonna get so much hate for this
I don't
video.
give a fuck. Don't sit there. Watch yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Leave the Vittori alone.
But
they serve a purpose. I
they
just
have-
don't know because I don't be focused on them. I'm focusing on Team
like
Jacob.
in the world, they serve a purpose.
Okay, there we go.
But
Thank
in the movies, they serve no purpose.
Okay, you could have said that. I agree with you.
That's the problem. Is like they introduced something. They tried to. They flushed it out so much, talking about all the history of the Volturi, to do absolutely nothing. It was just like
for them to kind of like stand there,
stand in the
debate, or have a conversation, or have Dakota Fanning.
they were
just-
Cypher.
I give you that now. There you go. Because then, and you know what I hate? The fact that Dakota Fanning's Jane, she has to say the word to pain. Why not just?
Well, they did that because later on she stopped saying it, like in the last movie.
No, she said it pain. I just watched the last movie. She says pain.
Every time.
When Edward was walking and Arrow looked at her, and then she said pain. She says pain.
But every time she's looking at like Edward and doesn't reach him.
She doesn't always say it, but even in the 5th one, she still says it.
Yeah, she still says it every now and then just to let the viewing audience know.
But we should know the second, Arrow looks at her, or the second you should know what's up.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. They should have introduced. They basically did. She's looking at Edward, and Edward drops down, screaming in pain.
Mm-hmm.
So you established it right there. It's basically like the narration all over again. You're showing it and saying it at the exact same time. We
Yeah.
know what's going on. The funny thing is like anytime she did it and it didn't work, she wouldn't say it.
Yeah. Because in the second one, they were all testing their powers on her.
Yeah.
I did like the fight between Edward and Felix, though. I mean, it was something small, but they act like Felix was like the big dude, the one and I was just like, man, Edward was kind of giving it to him though.
Yep.
Like that's the thing I didn't like. Like they have all these people with these powers and all that, but they don't really do much. It's like they can still be taken out.
Well, that's the thing. It's just like if you think about it, Edward has the power to read minds. He was fighting just a big dude. He could have easily taken out that big dude.
Yeah, you could have been reading a nigga thoughts on how he was going to
Yep.
strike. Yeah.
If you know how someone's going to attack, you can easily avoid and take them out. easily. But apparently people don't know that, or Edward just doesn't know he can do that with his powers.
Hey, there was a scene that kind of like pissed me off. It looked so stupid. It was when they're fixing the bike together, Bella and Jacob, and she goes to get some pizza. She got the slice of pizza and she throws it, and it transitions to him like catching a wrench. It did not transition well.
Nope.
It looked so bad. There was a bunch. I should have jotted some notes down because there was like a bunch of stuff.
There was,
but I'm glad that's the one I remembered. I hated that part. It was just so stupid. Like, nigga, that wrench didn't look nothing like a slice of pizza at all. I get what you're trying to do,
but I still didn't like the whole fact that she was trying to kill herself to see Edward.
Yeah, she needed that a big adrenaline boost. Cause
Yeah.
in the books it was just all you only heard his voice, but in the movie they wanted it to be visual.
Yeah, so she's walking through his ghost. But it's just like there's so many other things she could have done that give you an adrenaline boost. Join the army. That'll give it to you.
There you go.
Do heroin.
There you
got
go.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Smoke some weed or something.
Yeah. That'll give you the boost you need.
You telling me you have to sit there and jump off cliffs?
Take some E.
She can't even walk down the steps without falling. But I'm gonna ride motorcycles. I'm gonna jump off a cliff.
Yep. Yeah, it's all these little things that are just like, you're at a high school. You have access to all kinds of drugs. Yeah. Take something.
And I hate it when she met, I think it was Emily, and she's like, "Oh, so you're the vampire girl. You're the wolf girl." I was just like, nigga, did nobody ever? No. It worked for her because she said it first. It doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
Again, it's awkward. God damn. All right.
But yeah, there wasn't much except for Jacob's amazing form.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I can actually say that was the best part about this movie. Because at the very beginning, they hinted at what everything was. If one person dies, the other one will go. So all the stakes were immediately shown in front at the very beginning. So everything else was just predictable.
Oh, it was crazy that when they had left the Volturi and they had like that tour coming in, just like, damn, y'all even about to munch on these kids. That was just I was like, wow, they ain't playing.
Yeah, but I did like the one who was checking everyone in. It was just like, welcome.
Oh yeah,
it's like
they kill those every movie.
Yeah,
it's always a different one because they keep
Does
Carlisle, and it's spelled with an S. Killer. First is the spelling, now it's the grammar.
Yeah,
I love that. Since I read all the books, seen all the movies, they actually did really good. An adaptation. Like, I mean, they made like some small changes here and there, like the end of New Moon.
they have to.
Yeah, like the end of New Moon where, we run into Jacob one last time. Originally, because in the third one, she's on punishment. And it's actually because of Jacob, because I think the motorcycle that they had, I guess he like put it out in front and like had it like all mangled up, letting Charlie know like, hey, yo, this is why she got injured, because she was messing around with this bike or whatever. So really he put her on punishment. That way she could stay away from Edward, which I like that more instead of him just popping up. It's like, nah, nigga, you stand away from Edward, so I'm gonna put you on punishment.
Yeah.
But they did really good with all the the movies, as far as the source material they were given.
Yeah. I still don't understand why everyone likes Bella. I still don't get that.
Me
Because
either.
even here, like when they had her at the school, as time was all flying by, she started sitting at the Collins table that apparently nobody else ever sat at but her.
Mike, that was his name, Mike.
Oh,
the one that
yeah.
liked it. Gotta get that protein in you. It's like, nigga, it's
It
like,
was
bro,
so weird.
she just broke up with this nigga. She's like clearly devastated, and now that she's talking, you want to go out on a date? I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
bro,
yeah,
would
yeah.
you wait? Can you wait? Like, at least wait a while, bro. Give it some time.
Going to the movies with him and Jacob.
Yeah, and they both just sitting there with their hands out. I
They're just
love
like
that
both
scene.
waiting. It's just like, oh my gosh, that seems awful.
That was great. Oh, love. We can go see Love spelled backwards as love. It's like, nigga, what movie? And then the movie they go see is Face Punch.
Face punch.
Oh, Face Punch. Punch faces. I remember all this one stuff. But let's jump to number 3. Your least favorite?
Yeah, my least favorite.
Why is that?
Bella's
I love
a cheater.
Okay.
I can't wrap my mind around that.
It's someone when she kissed him.
Yeah, she's manipulating both them.
She is.
Both of them.
She is.
I mean, that's a heartless wench. Honestly, I realize now that it shouldn't be Team Edward, Team Jacob.
I jumped to Team Alice after a while.
It should be Team Jakeward, where it's Jacob and
Oh
Edward.
yeah, have them just. Man,
Those two are two committed, loyal men.
They should just rip her ass apart.
Yeah, they should be together. They are perfect for each other.
Yeah, because the entire movie, she kept trying to like get. Okay,
Get them to get along.
Also, what I hated.
She wanted a three-way.
Oh, also, hold on, backtrack. What do you think about Laurent showing back up in New Moon? The black one.
Didn't serve a purpose.
I hated how every time the wolves is going to go against a vampire, Bella's just like, oh yeah, Laurent probably killed them. It's 6 big wolves against one vampire, and you always think that the vampire is going to win.
Yeah.
She did that again in Eclipse when Jacob was like, oh yeah, we're down to fight. We need to kill some vampires. No, you're a die. He could take care of himself.
Yeah,
I hated that.
She immediately views them as weaker.
Yes.
Weaker beings.
I hated that. Like,
Well,
man.
Jacob is a loyal dog. I'll give him that.
But Bella in this movie, she when he's getting ready to go down to the fight and all. Oh, I'm not gonna tell him. I'm married. I'm about to be married to you. Oh, let me kiss him so he can stay. It's just like,
well, that's
wow, you know how much that kiss is gonna mean to him.
It's like I was like, okay. I was angry at the scene where Jacob took advantage of Bella, like kissing her. But then she stepped back and slapped him and was like, okay, loyal. I appreciate this. I appreciate this. Only for her to turn around and kiss him just to keep him alive so he doesn't die because he's weaker than other vampires. He needs to be in his right mind. It was the dumbest crap ever. Because it's just like you went from being a strong person to being this weak coward who can't let go of anyone. And this is who women are supposed to idolize and see as a role model.
I would not. This is the thing. I would not want my kid to be like Bella.
Jacob or Edward.
Thing is, though, I watch Mojo, and they list 10 reasons why Edward is actually like a bad boyfriend or whatever. Same thing with Jacob, and it was just like I agree with every last one of them. Like all of them, all 3 of them. Like I don't want to be like either of them. I mean, I like that y'all like when you love hard, but this is just like this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But hey, when we first saw Jacob in the rain at the school, black shirt, hair all wet, muscles still, got the motorcycle. I'm like, bro, this is the 3rd movie and Jacob is still hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we were team Jacob. Jacob is still hot in the 3rd movie.
Yeah, freaking look great.
What I love about this movie is we actually get more action, even though it is just that fight scene at the end. We get more action, and Jasper gets a time to shine because now he's the one that
I liked him the most just because of he had a backstory and everything. But I was confused. They do this over and over and over and over and over again. The vampires have healing factors, right? Where they're healed up completely.
Yeah.
Jasper has hundreds of bite marks all over his arms. And those happened while he was killing other vampires. Why didn't his arms heal up?
I thought that happened before. I thought that's how he was turned.
Well, that's what I thought. But
so it's not?
But he was tasked with killing newborns.
Yeah.
And the way newborns would fight would be to bite him. Like, because he would always, like, strangle them. So they would bite him. So apparently he was left with the scars. Maybe I misunderstood that.
I thought it was... I thought that was how he was
said,
turned. Okay.
But that's what it sounded like when he said it. But then they do this flashback of him being tasked with... Because he's talking about how newborns are very rabid.
Yeah.
And that's how he got all his scars, because of newborns. And then he starts talking about how it's his job to kill the newborns. And it's just like, okay, so the newborns were when you were already a vampire? That's how you got all these scars?
Okay, so I might have to watch that part again then.
Because it's something that really confused me.
I went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this movie a million times.
Yeah, because it was just like, you said this, and then you showed that, and then this happens every time someone's bit if they're a vampire. They always heal up. It's just like, I was a little confused as to what was going on.
But this was still Jasper's movie for me.
Yeah.
That's why I say this is my favorite, because one, it looks better. We have a little more action with the whole Victoria getting the newborns and all that. Jasper has more time to shine. But the scene where also the wolves and the vampires have to work together.
Yeah.
But the scene where he brings them there to like train or whatever, I'm just like, you could have just talked to them about this, because I could see y'all training with the vampires, but they're just sitting there watching.
But I also feel like we should have seen the fight between Jacob and Sam. Sam, right? The other wolf.
The main one, the
Yeah.
black one. Yeah.
Yeah, because Jacob apparently won.
You mean Jacob or Jasper? You said Jasper, right?
No, Jacob.
Jacob and Sam
Yeah, remember when the two wolves fought?
in the second one or the third one?
I think it was the second one.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was Sam. That was somebody else. I think it was Quill or somebody.
It was like a head, because remember they were talking about how Jacob had won the seat, won to be the chief,
Oh, he was already supposed to be chief because of his ancestry,
and he gave
but
it
he
up.
turned it down.
Yeah, he gave it up to give it to the other guy so he
Yeah.
could stay as a whatever.
Yeah. I don't think there was a fight for that. I think just because.
No, they said that he beat him because there was a leader. It would happen during that fight. Just like
Okay.
there was all this little stuff that was going on that it was just like they talked about, and I was like,
I feel like with these.
I wish I could have seen that.
I feel like with these movies, the stuff they talk about is actually more interesting than what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I would love to just see a movie about Jasper back in the day or stuff like that. Instead, we got Edward.
Yeah, you get that. Well, that's
This
the thing. I think that's what's most exciting about it is they're trying to flush out the world. Like even with the Volturi,
Mhm.
they sound like a cool group of people. They flushed them out quite a bit, yet they don't do anything with them.
What they should do is because I was looking it up. There's something about doing spin-offs. Like, bro, you have vampires with
Well, they
unique-
did with that one girl.
Oh, girl.
She was a part of the newborns that attacked. She has a book of her own.
Oh yeah. It was a quick book.
Bree,
The second
whatever
the
it is.
short second life of Bree Tanner. I read it.
Yeah.
It was cool, but she died anyway. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah,
It
that
like
was
kind
the
of like
only
watching the
spin-off.
Solo movie. You don't care where someone started. You would just want to see where they.
but we already saw.
Yeah.
She became a vampire. I mean, because we had other people, like we had other characters, so I did it. Actually, I did enjoy it because it was actually kind of sad once you know what was happening. Because there was like one character. It wasn't. I think it was Freaky Fred. Because basically his power is he stinks.
Mhm.
So it draws you away because if you get close to him, you start to throw up. See, I would have liked him. So yeah, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna run away together, and then she decided to stay. And I'm just like, leave! Don't stay! Don't stay and fight. Leave, cause you're gonna die. And she died.
She didn't know that.
It was so. The book is so sad because you know she's gonna die, and when they keep saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna leave and all that, it's just like, oh, she's not gonna leave. But yeah, spinoff. It's like you have all these vampires with unique abilities. It doesn't have to be a romance. It could be like a legit action horror.
But the writer isn't capable of that. Gets other people like that's the thing.
That's
You could have people shadow
All
write
you have
things
to,
like
yeah, all
that.
you have to do is just come up with like characters or say like what type of character this person is. She's still gonna get credit.
Yeah.
All these characters came from her. She's just now given the rights to let other people do movies off these characters.
Look at all the Star Wars books that came off of the movie.
She doesn't have to write it. I don't think she has the good enough ability to write more
Nope.
books because she did Midnight Sun, which is from Edward's point of view. I heard that had so many negative reviews. I heard it was trash. And then she did that book, The Host, and they made a movie for it. I watched it. Trash. All she has is Twilight.
Yeah, I mean there are
The
those
main
people
Twilight stories.
who can only write one thing.
Yeah. Let's see what the writer of 50 Shades is gonna have next.
Yeah, well that was basically fan fiction off of Twilight.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they're probably not.
So
gonna
somebody
go
said,
anywhere.
"Oh, I hate Twilight." Oh, but you like 50 Shades? Yeah, you like Twilight.
Yeah, you like
You like Twilight.
You like Twilight.
But yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the third movie. I thought the third movie was lit.
Yeah,
but I see why you.
Yeah,
like Bella.
that's the thing. It's just
I
like
was hating that too.
being with someone and seeing that is the most aggravating thing.
Yeah.
Because imagine your girl putting you in that situation,
Yeah.
or being put in that situation. Like when Jacob kissed her, it was just like it was. I felt angry,
Yeah.
incredible anger, and then all for her to basically cheat the next day. It's just like terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. And then my girl, because it's funny, I actually realized I had never seen that one before.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I had seen all of them except that one. I guess it's because I heard that Bella was manipulative in that one.
She
and
was,
I
yeah.
just ignored it, and seeing it is just like that is disgusting, absolutely horrendous for someone to do that to another human being.
Yeah. Charlie definitely wanted Bella to get with Jacob though.
Yep.
Because like whenever she was it like what happened to your hand? Oh, she punched me in the face for kissing her, and he's kind of like, okay. Oh. In his head, he's like, okay, my man. And it's funny because Edward can read his thoughts. So I kind of wish we knew what was going on in other people's mind because I know Charlie was like,
See it from read the book from Edward's perspective.
I'm not reading that shit. It's only from the first movie, book though. So Midnight Sun is basically just Twilight from his perspective, not New Moon.
That doesn't
or
mean
nothing.
anything. It's basically the same book over again, just done.
Exactly. That's all it is. It's not the franchise. It's just Twilight.
Oh my gosh! Like if it was probably the whole thing, maybe better. Yeah. But
I was going to get it until I heard how trash it was. I'm like, fuck. Cause I read every book in the. I might still read it just because I read all the other books, but it's kind of like the Twilight phase is over, so I don't need it no more. See, honestly, she should have released this. Okay, the only reason she didn't release it was because I think it got leaked. That's what happened. It got leaked.
Okay.
So she said, I'm just gonna wait till everything calms down and then I'm gonna start writing it again. And you should have just left it leaked because it serves no purpose. But
not one. But yeah, the Eclipse is by far my least favorite, and I absolutely despise it.
Yeah,
just
but
because.
it looks good though.
Oh yeah, they get better.
Like I said, it looks better each movie.
They get better, but honestly, it was the scene with Jacob and Edward talking to each other as
somebody
Bella pretended to be asleep.
Campfire, yeah. When
yeah.
She was, I love that scene.
Because that's when it was just like, you know what, these two belong together.
Because he's like, oh wait, she's gonna lose her toes, and let's be real, I am hotter than you.
It's funny because it's like everyone, even I was just like,
So when he's sitting there holding her so she can get warm, keep your thoughts to yourself.
But that's the thing. They're just like, he is 3 times bigger when he's in his wolf form, and warmer because he's covered in fur.
Yeah.
Why the heck wasn't he in his small human form?
Because he's still hot.
Yeah, but in my mind, I was just like, logically, if he really cared about Bella, he would get in his wolf form.
True.
He went in his human form because he wanted to show off his hot stuff to Edward. Let's face it.
Yeah, he got to.
That was it.
Got to.
He just wanted to show Edward how hot he was.
What do you say? Doesn't he own a shirt?
Yeah.
Because he kept popping up without a shirt.
Yeah. I did enjoy that line.
Yeah.
Occasionally, they'll have some good dialogue in there. We're just like, okay.
Yeah, I love the thing. Yeah.
It was funny. I had actually just said that, and then Edward says it. It's just like, oh, okay, cool.
Because it's like, cause I love how Edward is agreeing with everything he said. Like, actually, you probably would be better for her. I actually don't want her to be a vampire and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like, yeah, if you wasn't trying to get Bella, me and you probably be friends and all that. Jacob like, nah, I still kill your ass. But
see, it was that right there that are just like, these two guys are perfect.
Yeah, that's what
they're loyal.
Yeah.
They're great guys.
Yeah, because
Bella's trash. Why does Bella have them both?
Yeah, because I think Seth became a good friend of Edward's and the family after Eclipse. Like in the book and all that. He's like a little brother to Edward now, which is cool. Which we see that a lot more in the Breaking Dawn now because of the is it Vittori coming?
No, it's the baby.
It's the baby. Yeah. The wedding of the bro. When this came out, I swear, Entertainment Tonight. Oh my God, the wedding of the century. Look at Bella's wedding dress. Look at the ring she's wearing. It's like they made it like it was like the royal family getting ready to get married. Like it was that big of a deal, and I hate it because I was at Job Corps, so I had no way to go see it. But then luckily I had the movie trips, so we had to sneak inside to go see it. It was in the front row, so I just like this the entire time. But it was worth it. It was worth it. But yeah, like.
But I gotta say, I actually really did like this one. Fix that. Okay.
Really?
Okay. The villain is the baby. And okay,
I can see that already.
Rosemary, right?
Rosalie
basically took Edward's job. I could identify more with Rosalie in that movie.
Oh, I like that we get Rosalie's backstory in the last one, and the fact that she killed them in her wedding dress. I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we also see why she hates, not really hate Bella, but it's the fact that like I would not have chosen to be a vampire. You're choosing this for a guy. Like I see why she doesn't like her. It's like you're choosing to be a vampire. Like
I would choose to be a vampire.
Man, you tripping? You can't even go to sleep. You can't go to sleep. You can't eat no pizza. Tripping.
Imagine all the movies you could actually catch up on.
Oh my God, that is true, nigga. Ain't no telling where the MCU would go. And then I could be an actor forever. You could be a vampire, but we're being vampires for a better reason. She's doing it for a guy. Can
Yeah.
you imagine being with the same person for 500, 600, 700 years? That might be boring. There's gonna be like a couple hundred years where y'all tired of each other. You see what I'm saying? What's with this in your face? That gnat has
It's a demon spawn.
That gnat has just been like circling.
Yeah,
your face.
I've been noticing it. It's just been like right here. And it's just like I'm not gonna put attention
Because
to
as
it.
I'm talking, you're just sitting there like,
I'm not gonna put attention to it. I'm just gonna move further away.
But yeah, like you get tired of that person for like a couple 50, 60, 70 years, and then it's like, okay, cool, we're back at it.
I don't think so, because that's like I've seen relationships
What-
that have just been
That's-
they'll be heat, and then they'll just love each other's company. Then they'll go back to heat, then
nigga,
loving each
that's
other's
like
company.
That's like a couple months, couple years, nigga. We're talking about a couple hundred. Talking about a couple of hundred. I can't even. You see, I have to watch Twilight once a year, and I love Twilight with a passion. But now I'm like, I can only do you once a year.
Mhm.
So imagine that, forever, and then you can't even go no sleep. So you can't even get a rest from the person. There's no sleep.
I would actually enjoy no sleep.
Shit,
Sleep
nigga.
gets in the way.
It is.
Imagine all the crap you could actually get done.
Oh yeah.
Because
but
all
then-
the things I
but here's
have
the
in
thing,
here,
though.
I'd be able to finally
But you're
right.
But you're alive forever. You can get everything done in like a day, and then what are you gonna be doing for the rest? And then imagine if oh
I'm
my
a
God.
writer. I would enjoy that.
Imagine if I'm me and I'm a vampire. It's like, bro, I'm gonna be broke forever. Nigga. I gotta keep working here and there
You're
forever.
gonna be overweight forever.
Shit. But yeah. But this wedding though, like it was like a big deal when the movie came out.
Which lasts only like 5 minutes.
It was a good wedding though. I
But
loved
honestly,
it. I loved it.
I didn't like because Bella seems like she's hesitant as she's walking down the aisle until she sees Edward. She's like regretting all her decisions. At least that's what it looked like. But
Mhm.
this is
Well,
Kristen Stewart.
She probably
can't
had
act.
she probably had cold feet. I know. You know how people get. Sometimes they get cold feet or whatever.
I don't know.
They get ready to.
That's
do
supposed to be
something.
the happiest day of their life, and here she's
Yeah.
acting as if she wants to run away.
Well, she's about to get her ass bitten. It has some burning hot venom in her pores. You know.
In the wrong location.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts eating her away from inside.
Yeah. But like the first half was just Bella trying to get some vampire dick. Like the first half of this
Yep.
movie. Like that's the majority. Like all it was. I'm just like, God damn. Like, bro, would you put it in her so we can like move on to the second act? Like for real.
Yeah, and then he focuses on the bruises and everything. But once she starts getting pregnant, that's when it's all like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm starting to enjoy this a little more because
Cause it was this one was my favorite until the next part came out.
yeah, this one was actually I absolutely love this one just because Bella's acting like a mother.
Yeah.
She immediately cares for the child, and I absolutely despised Edward because he was wanting to kill his own child.
Hell yeah.
It was just like, that is not the way a father should act.
And I also love this movie because now Jacob is there to also help out, and then he's turned his back on the. Speaking of that, so I like that he turns his back on the wolves because he's still there for Bella. The act. I am Jacob Ethan Block, and I do not. I'm like, bro, you yelling, trying to stand up for yourself was just horrible. Especially seeing as how.
Well, they were wolves.
Especially seeing as how it was basically just like them talking, like not really talking. It just seemed so trash, corny. I wasn't feeling it, bro. It was just funny. I'm Jacob Black, and I do not listen to you. I'm just like
their voices just don't seem to work
and
for
then
actual wolves.
and then he transforms back into himself with the same clothes on.
Yep.
I hated that part.
Why, you wanted to see his rear?
No, it was just like, bro, fuck all that. I hate when they do that. It's like, bro, you're not gonna have clothes. You're not gonna have clothes. Oh, you're a female wolf? You definitely not about to have no clothes. Oh yeah, she comes out with a tank top. Where are y'all hiding these clothes? I get it's a movie. I get it's PG-13, but where are y'all hiding these clothes at? They could just start walking from.
They have a cabin in the woods.
They could just start going from Forks and come all the way down to Michigan, and then turn right into a human and already have a full getup. He's like the Hulk all over. Maybe the Hulk has stretchy pants though, so he's good.
Yeah, the Hulk at least still has the.
They don't though. When they Hulk up, they legit rip the clothes. You can see the clothes rip.
If only the thing is like if they hulked up and they were still wearing like their trousers as they were riding as dogs, that would be hilarious.
That'd be funny. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be funny.
That's why I think it would have been better if they weren't dogs. They were actual like werewolves, so they stood upright.
Have their tails kind of like hanging out. The
Yeah, I mean I would be okay with. It would make more sense as to them transforming. Because their bodies get stronger, they get a little bigger, they stretch out their clothes, and then they form back to humans. They're still wearing the same stuff. It makes sense. It all serves a purpose.
Yeah. Hey, did you buy all these, by the way?
Yeah, of course.
You bought the extended versions, right?
I think so.
So did you see the part where Jacob's in the house and then Esme has Rosalie? Another Nat. Rosalie makes him the chili dog and she puts it in the dog bowl. So did you have that part?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you got the regular version?
You can't get the... there aren't no extended...
Nigga, I have every extended version except for the first Twilight. I didn't know there was an extended version.
There's an extended version of everyone except for... I didn't know the Breaking Dawn had extended.
The only extended they don't have is part 2.
Okay.
Everything else is extended. So yeah, this one is like 8 minutes longer, but there's a scene where Rosalie makes him, because this is in the book too. Rosalie makes him a chili dog, and she puts it in a dog bowl for him, and she's like, enjoy it, mongrel. So he takes a bite and he throws the bowl at her, gets it all in her hair, and it's funny because even Emmett and Edward are enjoying it. They're laughing at her, but the thing about that scene is the throw, like the effect for the throw was just so bad. It was so they cut it like 3 times. It was like cut.
So him catching the wrench all over again?
Yeah. It just looks stupid. It like foom, foom, foom. I'm like, what? But the scene in general was just funny because it's just like the 3 of them are getting along. He's getting along with the Cullens and all that. That's why I really like part 1, because it's him getting along with the Cullens. To where now in the next movie is where their relationship kind of like turns to a family.
Yeah.
But
it's just like I really like this one because of the fact that Bella's finally acting like a real mother, a real adult.
Mm-hmm.
Getting along with Rosalie. Getting along with Rosalie, who I actually identified with more than anyone else, because she was taking the role of the father, being there for her, caring for her, making sure she made all the right choices, trying to make sure nobody else disturbed her. We got creatures in the attic.
Y'all niggas.
Yeah. The someone with a wand could summon them out right now. Suicide Squad.
God. You have Sebastian up there.
Yeah. I wish at least he'd be trying to give me a leaf.
The fact that y'all can hear that—that's just.
He'd be trying to give me a leaf.
Yeah. I be thinking I have some in my crib too. But I'm like, nah.
You can hear him.
It's just trash.
You can hear him. Yeah, you can hear him. They move around a lot. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is like I liked it just because Bella was finally acting like a mother. She was finally acting like someone that is just like, okay, I like this. I actually like this. It seemed to serve a real purpose. This is what we were building up to the entire time. Her having a child, her being a mother, her falling in love, getting married, all that stuff was the end of the story. It was concluded. So it felt like it ended with Breaking Dawn Part 1 for me, especially when everything's a dream. But yeah, it's just like that was it right there. Because even Part 2, the whole thing's a misunderstanding and everything's a dream. Served no purpose except to flesh out the book more.
I was just trying to really think about what was going on in Part 1.
Yeah, well, there's the 30-minute honeymoon, and then there's her getting on the plane to go see the Colin.
The Volturi only show up in the beginning, in the opening scene. Hey, does the Volturi show up in the opening scene for you?
I think so, yeah.
With him seeing that there's a wedding happening?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then they show up again, and there's a mid-credit scene. Okay, so yeah, we have that. So that's the only time they're here. So yeah, the real villain is the baby and the wolves coming to attack.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really about it. But I mean, I enjoyed
it was enjoyable enough just because the dialogue, the fact that she's with the vampires who would all eat her, the baby, that's killing her from the inside.
Yeah, the fact that you have to drink blood.
Yeah.
To make the
The freaking werewolves or the skinwalkers all, you know, everything's just seemed to make sense and
when
add up.
Started like breaking her bones and all that.
Yep.
Oh my god, that was just painful. Like, cause if she had failed, she probably would have died right there.
But I gotta say, I do like how frail she looked. I absolutely loved that. It was like that worked.
So when we were in the theater and like she was you know, on her deathbed or whatever, somebody behind me, she's like, ugh, she's disgusting. Everybody in the theater laughs, bro. Just like, nigga, she dead. Like, that's wrong. Hey, I love the CGI for the baby. Oh my god. Oh my god, it
creepy.
I couldn't even like really enjoy the scene where Jacob imprints on her.
Nope.
Because the second he looks to her eye, I'm just like, that's just horrible.
They couldn't find a real baby.
Exactly. You could just use the real baby for like 5 seconds.
Yep, because they kept changing the ages, so they could have gotten someone that just looks similar.
You could have easily got a redhead chick that looks similar. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Now we have the real actress.
Yeah.
No, they want to just take the actress and put crappy CGI. Oh, just like, y'all are dumb. Hey, but I did love that Edward hated that he imprinted, even though it helped him out. He was like, oh yeah, I don't think y'all. Did your scene? Because I haven't seen the original in like since it came out. Did your scene have it to where when Edward's getting ready to go out to face the wolves, he realizes that Jacob imprinted and then he like knocks him out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Damn, I haven't watched the.
There's only like 4 or 5 minutes added to each extended.
But it's always like something like, you know, not crucial, but it's like, yeah, I remember that for sure. But so you telling me, so she's pale and all that, fragile or whatever. The second now she's a vampire, you know, she gets makeup. Like as her body is filling back out and she's getting color, she gets makeup.
But that was the next movie.
No, that was the first. That was the ending of this one because it turned into like
end.
Avatar.
Oh yeah, the eye.
Yeah, it reminded me of Avatar.
The eye opening.
Yep. It reminded me of Avatar. How it ended.
Oh my.
But yeah,
God.
number 2, my favorite. Part 2 is my favorite one.
Oh, the worst
I love
one
it.
out of them all.
You said Eclipse.
Well, this one, I mean, I don't count Eclipse as part of the franchise. It's just a piece of trash.
No, it's part of the franchise.
It's crap.
It's part of the franchise.
I'm gonna skip it every time I rewatch it.
It's part of the franchise.
I'm gonna skip it.
It's an amazing. It's part of the franchise.
Yeah,
but
two,
breaking down part 2, I love it.
2 is the weakest.
I saw it in theaters 5 times in a week. 5 times.
The only thing that actually made sense was Bella waking up and hunting down Jacob for imprinting on her baby.
She didn't hunt him down.
And especially when he nicknamed her after the Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie. Mm-hmm. Now you see why I tried to name Holly Nessie. But I'm glad I didn't name Holly Nessie because Holly is annoying now.
Yeah,
they messed
Holly
that
is
up.
No Nessie.
By the way, this podcast is dedicated to Bella because she passed.
Yeah, she did pass.
Oh man, R.I.P. I wish she was here for this. I would have definitely had her in this video.
Yeah, she wouldn't have moved. We wouldn't have moved.
I
would have to stay still.
Yeah, you have to stay still for her because every time you move, boom, she bounces.
Yeah,
I hated that.
Get up and move.
I miss Bella.
Yeah, Bella was the best.
She really was.
I
can understand why people would fight over her.
Yeah.
This Bella, I would take over that Bella any day.
Yeah, the dog Bella was far better.
Yeah.
Far, far better. But yeah, this one I saw as the weakest one because, again, the Volturi served no purpose.
Okay,
they were there.
Volturi was here to straight up kill the Cullens.
Yeah.
They found a reason to kill the Cullens.
The whole thing was based off a misunderstanding. Coincidence, of course. The narration on forming a team, because Bella's talking about how, oh, this guy happened to be one of, what was the father's? Carlisle's oldest friends, who seemed to be a shady type.
Are you talking about the one that jumped in the attic?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Who happens to be who turned out to be our greatest ally. And it was just like...
She said that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, about him?
Yeah.
He did nothing.
Exactly. She's saying all this crap.
Nothing. He didn't want to fight everybody else. I don't think he was there for the fight.
Exactly. That's the thing. It was just like, here she's saying all this stuff as if it happened, as if it's all important. Because the narration, I think, is supposed to be her older self saying it.
You sure? You sure that was the greatest ally and it wasn't fuck, Garrett, the one that was in London, the awesome vampire, the one that hooked up with the hot chick with the.
Oh yeah, it was him, but he did nothing too.
But that was my boy though. I liked him.
He did nothing.
No, he didn't. I mean, he fought, but it wasn't like greatest ally. No,
Nobody fought.
No, anything. No, shut up, bro. I know what you're saying now. Shut up. I forget.
You see what I mean?
Shut up.
This is being written from her perspective. She is narrating everything as if it's already happened.
So the fact that we sit there and see that dream sequence is like, why are we seeing this when she didn't see it? Because it's narration.
And she's narrating everything
Oh,
as
my
if she saw that.
I understand what you're saying.
So if you hear that and then you see everything play out, and then you realize that Bella never saw any of that.
What was doing it from Alice's point of view now? It was Alice's point of view.
If Alice was narrating, I probably wouldn't have an issue.
She don't like to narrate because she sees the future. She doesn't need it.
So it's like the most annoying thing ever.
Nigga,
it's like the writer. Of course, the writer probably has no clue because the writer's obviously a rookie.
A rookie that made a movie that grossed $863 million.
Didn't make a movie.
It was a great movie.
Series of books.
So who are you talking about?
That just capitalized on the.
Who are you talking
emotion.
about? Are you talking about the book, the writer?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't write this movie.
No, but she wrote like the thing.
And in the book,
they pass by it, which makes it better.
In the book,
which means that Bella probably isn't narrating all this crap.
Because she asked like, what was that about? And he said, Alice like lets her know like, yeah, I showed him the future on what was going to happen, and yeah, they die or whatever. So in the movie, we actually see that it's still a big slap in the face that it's all a dream sequence. Because even I was invested. Dude, when I saw Carlisle get killed, my mouth dropped, and everybody was like, "What?"
Jasper goes,
dude. I couldn't believe. I'm like, Jasper.
I think that's what made me most pissed is when movies do like the bait and switch type crap. Because here, Jasper, though. I felt like so attached to him, and I forgot the whole thing was a dream sequence because I hadn't seen it in years. So I was just like, "Oh my gosh, my man Jasper!" All these people were getting taken out left and right. Only for the whole thing to not have taken place. And I got emotionally invested in this. And now you've just made me angry as a viewer because I felt something and now you've just stripped that away from me.
I feel that 100. Yeah. I was just happy that he didn't die because honestly, everybody damn near died.
I couldn't even be happy for people to be alive because I had already felt the sorrow of losing them. It's one of those things that it's just like, you can't do that.
Because I almost cried when I saw Carlisle die.
Yeah.
Carlisle was like the most calm-headed of them all.
But you see what I mean when you actually. But yeah, the whole Bella narrating the whole thing being a dream sequence, it's just like.
I also hate it. Like there was a scene. 'Cause I don't think they did much in the book either. When Emma was like, "Oh, I don't think she's a newborn because she's so tame," and then you have the music coming on. I'm like, "Oh, they about to fight or something?" Oh no, arm wrestling contest. They about to arm wrestle. They not about to fight or wrestle or nothing. This is an arm wrestling contest. I'm like,
arm wrestling is not a show of strength.
I'm like, turn this music off then, because the music y'all had made it seem like something awesome was about to happen. I was disappointed. I did like how she had to like retrain to act like a human though. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Jacob undressing, turning in front of the Charlie was great.
That was the best scene because it was funny. he started undressing and took Charlie to the back, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna do it! Oh my god!" And my girl was just like, "You gotta stop that!" And I was like, "Oh my god! Oh, keep going. Takes off his pants, takes off his shirt, gets down to his trousers, and then it goes to Charlie's point of view. And then he transforms and is just like, oh yeah.
I love that scene. And I love that
Charlie looks so uncomfortable. He literally looks like so fidgety, like I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this.
And I love that Charlie, like, okay, now he knows that there's other things out there, and he knows that he can't, in order to keep Bella, he kind of has to just be blind to everything. So even though he's looking at Renesmee, he's like, hey, you grown about like 4 feet since I last seen you. Oh, this is your niece. She has your eyes. It's like he knows something is up. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna just shut up. That way I can keep my family.
He was clever. I
love that, bro. Like he just it's normal now.
But Jacob was selfish. He did that all.
He did that for himself, and then he go sit there and act like he did it for them. No fool. You did it so Nezzy can stay.
One thing I gotta say is, I hated the people they brought in to represent what Nezzy would look like in the future. The other person that was born that way.
Yeah.
Why the heck did they dress like that?
Nigga, that's racist.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I saw that and I was
know.
just like, this is incredibly racist.
Well, we still have Amish.
Yeah, but they choose to live that way.
Maybe they choose to live that way.
They're from like Brazil,
Maybe they choose to live that way. We still have KKK members.
but they don't dress in white hoods.
I'm trying to like justify it. You know, I'm trying to.
That
justify
is
it.
incredibly racist.
So
And okay,
what?
so-
it was
okay,
10 years
okay,
ago.
Okay, get this.
There was
Get
no
this.
cancel culture.
Get this. So he killed his mother. His aunt raised him, and then he turned his aunt.
Hey, that bitch is fine.
So was that his aunt he was standing with?
I don't know, but I can't have my aunt looking like that, dressed like
that's the
that,
thing.
standing
I was
next
thinking
to me,
it was just
bro.
like, you both are dressing in traditional garbs. Normally, and vampires pair off and mate for life. Are you mating with your aunt?
Dude, I was thinking
That's
the
what I
same
was
thing.
thinking.
It
It's just
didn't
like-
feel like no. It didn't feel like no family type thing.
Yeah, that
Especially-
did not look like
especially
a
looking
relation.
looking at her, bro.
Yeah, him and her are just like, this does not match. Because I
yeah.
think if that was the case, she's picking out his clothing so he dresses as skimpily as possible. Because it's just like, this does not match. Because if you're not trying to impress...
and he can't get her pregnant.
Mhm.
He can't get her pregnant. Oh God, let me stop. He can't get her pregnant.
Yeah,
And who's gonna? Oh, you're smashing your aunt. What you gonna do about it?
yeah.
You looking really tasty right now. What you gonna do about it?
Well, anyone who knows that she's his aunt is already dead.
Exactly. Yes, bro. Let me stop.
So if you think about it, that's the thing that disturbed me.
He smashed his aunt.
Because it's just like, this is just weird. I
Is
felt
it?
so freaking uncomfortable.
But when
with
you're a
that.
vampire, is anything really weird?
Oh, that felt really weird.
Oh, that's disgusting. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, they need to like. I hope they living in different houses.
That's the thing. They need to explain some of this stuff. Because it's just like, you guys weren't acting like a niece, a nephew, and an aunt. You guys were not.
I don't care.
It just looked so wrong when they walked out.
She can get it though. She can get it though. Come
When
on.
they walked out, it looked so wrong.
Yeah, but I like how and you see they got Rami Malek in this movie as the what is it, a waterbender or something?
No, he bends the elements.
That nigga's a
Which
waterbender.
I thought that was funny because the elemental table isn't water, earth, fire, air.
It's not.
That's not elements.
It's E squared minus B squared.
That's the Pythagorean theorem. I don't know.
Pythagorean theorem. No.
Yeah, a squared plus
The
b squared.
Pythagorean
equals-
theorem.
Thank you.
Which I never used.
I still don't know exactly
still
what
never
it is.
used it.
Yeah, I
If
still
I'm
don't
not-
know what it is.
If I'm not cooking up meth, then why
Yeah.
y'all teaching me Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah, my girl knows it. She
Okay.
does chemistry. She's a master.
Okay, I was about to talk shit like, okay, and
She's
But she-
mastering chemistry.
she need to master how to use the phone, make it work.
But what else? Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like all these little things just add up for me in this movie that are just like this. Just
I like when
Doesn't
they were
work.
trading war stories, and then he was like, "Oh, name any war, I've been in it." And then he was like, "Oh yeah, almost was close to biting custard," but then the Indians got in. You can see Jacob just mad. I did like the other two that were that wanted to fight.
yeah,
I loved them because they were really just trying to like egg everybody on.
yeah.
And
They
he was
were
like,
trying to
that
incite
didn't-
everything.
That didn't take much. They were ready to throw down. But I do like it's not like I like the character, but the black guy that was kind of like I guess Jasper's attorney or whatever.
Mhm.
The fact that the fact that Jasper and Alice have been going to him for years, even like his partner before, so he knows for a fact that
Something's up.
yep. So he always
So
goes
goes
to
to
public,
public places.
You know, we said they're unusually well preserved. It's like he knows just enough to stay alive. I love that. Oh man, great.
Oh yeah,
But-
little things were okay.
I
But
can
it's just like,
understand. I mean-
overall, it's just like as a storyteller myself, it's just like this just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, that final battle you never want to be no type of dream sequence.
Yeah,
That's
I can understand if it's taken place like if they put both the movies because literally if you rip out that dream sequence entirely and take out some of the pointless scenes from the movie, which obviously were added in just for the movie, you could have literally made a 3-hour movie. 'Cause
Actually,
everything
everything
ends-
that's in the movie was the book.
Yeah, everything that ends basically with her giving birth. There's like a third act, which is the last part, but you don't really even need that third act.
I mean,
all that
because in the
much.
book, it's actually broken up into different sections because you have it be like, okay, part 1, Bella's point of view. Part 2, Jacob. So it's actually Breaking Dawn is actually Jacob's book also. So yeah. But
well, of course, because he imprinted.
yeah.
But Remy Malek controlling elements is kind of funny.
But
Gotta get back to that,
but I love
those
that
aren't
actor.
because the second he did that, I was like, those aren't elements.
Hey, so when Alice, when they had got Alice and Jasper, and then the dude that had killed Jasper, he slaps him while they're holding him. I'm like, yeah, because you know for a fact that if it was you and Jasper would mollywop you. I was like, you a little pussy. But when Alice kicks Arrow, by the way, Arrow's acting in this one was even more horrible.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What? I didn't want to blow the mic out. Because he screamed that loud. It was just horrible. But when Alice kicks him and he like goes all the way in the air, all the way back. Remember, she kicks him from here and he's all the way back. And somehow he lands right here.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then you see him in the next scene. He takes 2 steps up and he's right there with Alice all over. I was like, come on, bruh. Stop. But when they're with the dream sequence is over, and then like they kind of like show everybody that killed them. And then every time they say like, see, she's not gonna grow up to be this. And then the other dude's like, look, they're hanging with wolves. Arrow was like, just like, dude, no, stop.
Yeah.
Stop trying to cause a fight. I saw what happened. And we do not make it. I love that look, bro. That's like the only time you see him like speechless, like, nah, bro. Step back. I love that scene, but
yeah, it's just like that one's just because of all the things that just pile on top the narration. That's the thing. That's why it's so freaking weak for me. Because as a storyteller myself, it just doesn't make any sense.
Understandable.
Doesn't make any sense.
I love the closing moments though, when we see when Alice sees the vision and sees Renesmee and Jacob together.
Yeah.
And then the fact that Edward also acknowledges that, and then Jacob's like, is it cool if I call you dad? Which is also kind of creepy because she's still a kid and you're already at that moment.
But the thing is, are they gonna get together? Because
it's whatever Renesmee wants.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be a protector, a helper, a brother, whatever that she needs.
Mm-hmm.
And
so if she wants to be with him,
if she just wants a pet, are you gonna be that pet that passes away before his time or before her time? Because are you gonna live forever with her? If she offers to bite you, would you take it?
He's a wolf. They should actually throw that in there. Can a wolf? Can they get bit and turn or be a hybrid? Then you got Underworld. I think ran Kate Beckinsale.
Mm-hmm. And real werewolves.
But I don't care. I love that scene. And I love the ending where Edward can finally see her thoughts.
I've already discussed my problem with that, but
and then the music.
Whatever.
Oh my God. 1,000 years, my heart can tell them more.
I thought you didn't think people could love for 1,000 years.
But the music is still so good. And then it's the point where I even watch the end credits. I have to watch the end credits to see all the characters from each movie. I love it. I love it. I love it. God, I love this. Man, these movies are great. Except the first one. First one was good.
See, that's the thing. The first one I was okay with. It's the third one that I absolutely despise. And
Third
the
one was
fourth,
awesome.
the fifth one.
Fifth one.
That's just, as a storyteller, it's just crap. It's just crap. Because sure, the first one's corny and cheesy, but it's the first film.
Yeah, of course.
I gave it a pass.
Yeah, that's why I don't trip on them much. It's
the last one where I get the most aggressive because it's just like, you guys should know better by now.
Yeah, I feel it.
You just threw that in there because you needed an action scene because there was nothing going on.
Yeah, that's really all that was.
Because that's what's funny.
That's really all it was.
Most movies, their part one is the incredibly boring one. Their part two is action packed. Like the Deathly Hallows, I think, for Harry Potter.
Yeah, Deathly Hallows part one was boring. The second one was
yeah, and then the same thing with like Hunger Games, which I still have never seen.
Hunger Games part one was boring. The second one is when it picked
That's normally the case,
Yep.
but here it was Twilight. The first part would have been very exciting. The second part would have been boring if they went the original route, but they had to add in that fight scene.
Because if you think about it, each fight scene and every single one serves a purpose, whereas this one, it was just there to give us an action scene. I give you that. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Even, as much as I enjoy the scene, it serves no purpose. And even I said it a while ago, it was just there for an action scene.
Yep.
I just still like it, so that's why I'm not going to argue with it on the fact that it was stupid. And I see why you don't like this one. I give you that one. Because really, all it would have been was just them gathering up people, take them to the empty forest, say their piece, show them what's going to happen. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, shake hands, and then the next thing we see is them turning around and walking away from each other.
Not before Arrow turns around, Bella, and then leaves. Michael Sheen was trash in this. His acting was so over the top.
But then again, so was...
Oh. And you telling me, Jane, you're a vampire. Why are you running normal human speed when Alice was chasing you? Like, I mean, Alice is parkour. Ding! Here go Dakota Fanning.
running for her life.
I was just like, really? And you know what's funny? When Alice grabbed her and was getting ready to feed her to Sam, you know what I did? Okay, fine. Pain. I'm pretty sure Bella wasn't protecting her then. Bella went somewhere else. Now she's vulnerable. You got Sam right in front of you. I'm giving you pain, and Alice, I'm about to give you pain too. Boom, y'all dead.
The whole thing's a dream sequence, dude. Don't think on it.
Well, don't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling.
Don't think on it.
If Tom Hardy can sit there and pull out a big machine gun in his dream, you telling me, Dakota Fanning, you can't say pain in this dream? It's one word, pain. And look. Pain, look. Pain, look. Pain.
Don't think on it. Then you'll start despising it like I do.
And then think about this. If it was even better, let's say she did the pain to him, and then all of a sudden he makes eye contact with Alice. Guess what? Your pain is about to go ping ping. It's about to, like, project, because when she looked into his eyes, now she's looking into your eyes. Pain.
Don't think too much on it. The powers don't make much sense to begin with, because apparently she needs and doesn't need to say pain.
Yeah. Magnifical. But yeah, my favorite was Breaking Down Part 2, least favorite Twilight.
Yeah. I think it would be my favorite would have to be Part 1.
See, now you got me thinking about Part 1 being my favorite, because you make a great point.
Because I'm a storyteller, and by far I focus on story more than anything else. And it's compelling. Sure, they do have the wedding of the century and all that stuff, but it's just like it's a mother being a mother, being in basically a typical deadbeat father not even wanting to be with their child. It's just like that's way too common this day and age, and it's just like here Bella's having to struggle all on her own and gets her sister-in-law to help her out. And I absolutely love that as a storyteller. It made more sense. Everything else is kind of thrown at the wayside. And New Moon would be my second.
Yeah, I just hated Bella in that one too.
Just because Edward takes off his shirt, or Jacob takes off his shirt.
Oh yeah, New Moon was fire. I love New Moon. New Moon was fire. Yeah.
Wow.
Because now Jacob is now the main character. Now he's all out there. But honestly, you actually might have changed my mind, because what I liked about Breaking Down Part 2, even though it was a dream sequence, finally I have some real action, something that looks dope. And then the fact that we have all these different vampires getting together, I like that. And it's no more of this Jacob versus Edward. Like,
yeah.
Because in the books, it's like, they legit say, like, they're a family. I mean, like, you can even see it, like, they're a family. Like,
you saw that in Part 1, too.
Yeah, but now within the second one, it's like, it's no more fighting. It's like,
that's why I like
even when they were talking about, like, when Emmett was like, oh, did y'all have fun last night when they had sex? And you see Jacob just laughing about it now because he doesn't care. So I like that. It's like, he's legit part of the family now. But Part 1, though, yeah, you make some real good points about the villain being the baby, the wolves, and Jacob is getting closer to the Cullens, but there's still tension going back and forth between him and Edward. So,
even though he does get along better with some of the other Cullens. So yeah,
I might give you that. I might give Part 1. Part 1 is a better movie overall. Yeah, and it's funny because Part 1 had worse reviews than the second one, at 28%, and Part 2 had like 50.
Well, that's because most people aren't storytellers and don't actually look at films.
So I give you.
I think everyone was hoping for more of that Edward, Jacob, Bella triangle.
I was done with that, which is why I like Part 2 is the best.
Number 1, it was basically done for because they were married.
Yeah,
it was gone, and then Jacob came for like emotional support as a friend.
Yep,
which was cool.
So I give you that. Part 1 absolutely. He changed my mind. It's actually I give you that one.
Yeah, it's just too much coincidence and dream sequences and narration that makes no sense.
Yeah.
And, and freaking 2 that it's just like, this is terrible.
CGI is still trash though.
Yeah, but
Oh my, I hate every
That's the
time.
funny thing.
I hate every time they jump. It just looks like, stop making them jump. It looks so stupid.
And the fact that their bodies seem so fragile. It's just like, you guys are vampires. How do you break into glass when you're simply touched?
Wait a minute. Are you talking about number 2?
Yeah, part 2.
She wasn't a vampire.
No, they all break into glass. You know when all the vampires are going to war with one another? When they're
Oh,
getting
yeah,
attacked,
yeah.
they shatter like glass.
I never liked that. Like every time you crack. I hated that.
Yeah, it was just like, you
it's
guys...
just like, so you telling me if The Rock came through and he could just crack?
Yeah. So apparently vampires are very fragile. Why did Bella think the wolves would get taken out by a vampire?
Right.
They're incredibly easy to destroy.
If Jacob could sit there and rip the head off of a vampire while he's holding a little girl on his back in part 2, then yeah, I could probably kill one. Just slow down.
Yeah,
Just walk like Jane.
That's the thing. It's just like, oh my gosh, vampires are so freaking weak. Why are their bodies made of glass? All these little things.
Hey,
Just
I
made no
never
sense.
even brought this up. What did you think about the fight in? Can you pass me my phone, please? What did you think about the fight in the battle in Eclipse? Because we never brought that up. What did you think about that battle? I mean, I enjoyed it.
They didn't show much as usual. I mean, I did like seeing more of the wolves.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I do like the wolves. It is fun to watch them fight because they were taking out all the newborns.
Yeah.
It is cool watching them work with them.
Like I said, that's the thing. Like I said, that's the thing with these action scenes. It's like they're real quick. We get the battle between Edward and Victoria, and it's like, okay, you run, I hit you, you jump in a tree, I push the tree down, I get double teamed for a second, and then Bella pours out her blood, and now a wolf comes, take Riley, and then all of a sudden I snap off Victoria's neck. It's that simple. Like
Yeah.
a lot of these action scenes are that simple, which again is why I enjoy part 2 the most, because of that scene was drawn out longer, and we actually got to see a lot more stuff, especially that part when he breaks the,
It doesn't happen.
I don't care, when he splits the ground, and then that one wolf jumps into that other guy and you see his shoes fly off.
It doesn't happen.
That was the best kill, but it doesn't care. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though.
Yeah, exactly. None of it matters. That's
But
the
it's still the
problem.
best action scene of the entire franchise though.
Yeah, an action scene that never takes place.
Oh well, it made the most though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Twilight, the Twilight Saga. The Twilight Saga. Yeah.
Yep, their wedding anniversary.
Aw.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah. they
Wedding
can see.
wedding anniversary.
Yeah, and then she cheats on him for the director
I
of.
can't- yeah.
Yeah.
It's whatever. She's a bitch anyway.
Yeah. She cheated on him with, like, that's the thing. Once a cheat, always a cheat, right? That's what they
Yeah.
say. Yeah, she cheated on you with Jacob when you guys were engaged. Engaged. This is why I have such a problem with Eclipse. Engaged. She cheated on you. And, yeah, then the director of the Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't come back for the sequel.
Mhm.
Actually, neither of them did, which
Yeah.
I'm kind of. I still want to see that because now it's basically it's set on Chris Hemsworth's character, which was a better character anyway.
Yeah, but I never saw it.
Snow White and the Huntsman?
No, the second one.
Me either.
Yeah. That's the funny thing is the first
I
one
wanted
kind of
to see
destroyed it.
Yeah, because I wanted to see it. I just didn't care to see it.
Yeah, because like, this is going off track, but yeah, Kristen Stewart, I didn't like her, never cared for her, but she kind of destroyed the first movie for me, that I never cared enough to see the second, which is why it didn't do so good.
Yeah.
It's funny how that can happen, where someone can just destroy your interest in something.
Absolutely. Because I mean, Suicide Squad destroyed everybody's interest in the Suicide Squad,
Yep.
which is why it flopped. And I'm just like, but it's a way superior movie.
Yep, it's a fun movie, it's enjoyable. Sure, it has its flaws, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, Twilight. I love this. I seen all the movies, had all the books. I think the only movies I saw, I think Eclipse and Breaking Down Part 1 was the only ones I saw one time. I forgot why, but then I brought it back up with Breaking Down Part 2 and I saw it 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
5. Your boy saw it 5 times.
Yeah, I finally converted now that I've found my emotional side and can actually understand.
He got
why
a
these
girlfriend,
movies-
so he had to watch. He had to watch all of them. There you go.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and act like it was, oh, yeah, I got my emotional side. No, he got a girlfriend.
Yeah, and I finally got to watch him and understand him because of that. I got in touch with my emotional side, my more feminine side.
I've been in touch with mine.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so I could understand and get it, and I hate how I'm Bella through most of the films, except for...
At least you're not Jacob.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob became hot, though. And I'm already on the verge of losing weight, so I'm about to be Jacob. So whose daughter am I about to take?
You should just clip that out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty much our thoughts on Twilight Saga. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the Twilight Saga podcast. Thanks for watching. You can follow my YouTube, Big Daddy Mo.
Yeah, you can follow me on what app? Instagram?
What app?
Or Wattpad.
Wattpad. What the fuck is Wattpad?
It's where I'm releasing my new books.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
releasing rough drafts there. So I have chapter 1 of a brand new book that I'm writing. There are a few spelling errors. Enjoy.
Of course, there's spelling errors.
Of course, dude. I forget punctuation.
Yeah.
I forget. Yeah.
First is the spelling. Now next is gonna be the grammar.
There's we, we're, where. I miss so many things. I mix them up, and yeah, I forget punctuation. So I'm sure you'll be able to understand. From what I understand, people have told me they get it, but follow me there. Same. I'm EL-SCRIBBLER there as well. Everywhere I'm EL-SCRIBBLER. Sorry, I dragged this on. It's just Wattpad. Wattpad. Wattpad.
Bro, just put it at the bottom or something.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Adding a new link.
All right, and as always, I will see y'all next time. Peace.
Doodles.
You know what I wanted to do the ending song? I wanted to like do my version of it and then flip it to like the actual